Cedar Point, the park which started the coaster wars with Magnum XL 200. The ride opened in 1989, breaking the 200-foot barrier, classifying as what Cedar Point called it a hypercoaster. This was the beginning of the coaster war. The coaster war was a period of time where parks were battling each other to see who could build the tallest, fastest, or craziest coaster, which led to the attractions we see today. But it all changed on September 7th of 2006 when Cedar Point announced Maverick. The ride would stand at 105 feet, reaching speeds of 70 miles per hour, traversing 4,450 feet of track with 2 launches, 3 inversions, and a beyond vertical drop. Maverick was manufactured by Intamin as a new type of coaster called the Blitz. The Intamin Blitz was a coaster featuring LSM launches with crazy elements being taken at high speeds, and Maverick was the first of its kind. Coaster enthusiasts were shocked by the announcement because of the height compared to other coasters around the world, especially since it was going to Cedar Point, which was one of the leading parks in the coaster war at the time. Many were skeptical whether this would be a good coaster, but they were proved wrong. Maverick featured a double loading station because of the smaller trains. This helped with capacity issues that would have been presented without the dual loading station. After leaving the station, you rise up 105 feet on a launch lift hill. After that, you plummet down 100 feet at a 95-degree angle, which gives some of the best ejector airtime, especially towards the back of the train. Following the drop, you enter high-speed, whippy turns, similar to the ones found on King's Dominion's Intimidator 305. Then you pop up into an airtime hill, delivering another dose of ejector airtime. Following that is the horseshoe roll. This is 2 corkscrews separated by a turn so that it exits the element in the opposite direction that it entered. It then makes a turn under the station and goes into a tunnel where the ride's second launch can be found. This is where the coaster reaches its max speed of 70 miles per hour. It then makes a sharp turn into a trimmed airtime hill which slows you down a little bit. Following that is a turn by the water and an interaction with rockwork where a heartline roll used to be. When the ride was testing, this area of the ride put high stress on the trains and structure and was removed prior to the ride opening, changing the original inversion count from 3 to 2. It was replaced with an S-turn which led into a stingle dive under the drop. Following this element is another stingle dive, but this one is better and has more whip to it. After this, you go into an ejector airtime hill and then roll into the brakes. This coaster proved to be an elite ride and changed riders' look on coasters. So what did it do for the industry? Maverick showed the industry that it didn't matter how tall a coaster was, it could still be amazing. This gave parks an option to get a smaller coaster with the same intensity that was achieved by the record-breaking coasters at the time. Although it ended the coaster wars and the record-breaking coasters, Maverick led to the creation of some of the best rides we know and love today, such as Pantheon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg and Velocicoaster at Universal Islands of Adventure. These coasters take the same concept that was used for Maverick back in 2007 and modernize it so they can achieve crazier elements using Intamin's new style of Blitz, which features new track style and more efficient trains. If it wasn't for Maverick, who knows what coasters we would have today. It was truly a ride that changed the industry.